Welcome to the Middle AGEish podcast. Authentically and unapologetically keeping it real. Discussing all things middle age-ish. A time when metabolism slows and confidence grows. Join fashion and fitness entrepreneur Ashley Badowski, former Celtic woman and founder of the Lisa Kelly Voice Academy, Lisa Kelly, licensed psychologist and mental health expert, Dr. Pam Wright, and highly sought-after cosmetic injector and board-certified nurse practitioner, Trisha Kennedy Roman. Join your hosts on the journey of Middle AGEish.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Middle AGEish. I'm Trisha Kennedy Roman, and I'm joined here today with my co-host, Ashley Badowski, Lisa Kelly, and Dr. Pam Wright. And you are joining us for a sofa talk today.
Woo-hoo! It's been so long.
It has.
We do love sofa talk.
And Ashley's back this week.
I know.
We
missed you guys. That's just, no air for my fitness studio. Just was not a good combination.
Things happen.
God, no.
Gotta get it fixed.
Yes, because I love all my clients, but they did not want hot bar.
No. I was like, you could offer that.
I mean, none of us wanted hot bar. So, yeah, it's so good to be back.
We
Missed you guys.
We missed you too. It was fun though last week. She was fabulous. We had fun.
She was fun.
Yeah.
I think that's what's important.
Yes. Did everyone have a good week? We had Mother's Day.
Yes.
I heard someone on a podcast today saying that Mother's Day needs to be moved to July because Maycember is the worst month for mothers, which is true because you guys are all
Okay, that is valid because we were just talking about how busy. I mean, my kids are a lot older, so graduation parties and all of that kind of stuff. And just in the school year, I do remember those days. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a valid.
Yeah, I hate.
Okay, so who do we need to petition?
Apparently, there's a petition to move it to July. I'm on for that. In Ireland, it's March.
That's right. You always scare me because you wish your mom
yeah.
Happy Mother's Day. I'm like, uh-oh. And then I realize you're undefeated.
Yeah, no, it's March. It's March there, yes.
So you know what I just realized? Ashley didn't childproof herself. So these I always keep wrapped so you're late. Because every time your leg hits it.
It's not Ashley. It's Hallie. She's eating the wires.
Okay. The dog is eating the wires.
This is very bad puppy behavior.
Yeah, everybody, we have the most amazing puppy friend here with us.
We do.
And I will say that was not my mistake.
That was Hallie. Hallie is literally sitting here eating my laces. She moved from the wires to my dress and to my laces.
So we have a puppy alert.
Yeah.
Puppy alert.
Lisa's dress is getting demolished by the dog.
Yes.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay, well, I say that we petition to move Mother's Day. I think that's fabulous.
agree.
March or July, who cares?
Yeah,
Just not May.
When school's out and there's not a million things going on. Seriously.
Just even my friends who have little, it's not even graduation, little ones, they're just stressed.
Yeah. Run.
Beyond. Yeah.
It's
School's
crazy.
almost out. Yeah.
I know.
School's out for summer. I can't wait.
Almost.
I used to love that. I mean, like I said, my babies are not babies anymore.
7 more days.
So crazy.
You guys, well, I don't have 7 more days. My baby's graduating on Friday.
I know. So sad.
Yes, I can't believe it.
But he's so accomplished.
I know,
So
I'm
proud
super
of
proud of
him.
him.
As you should be.
His list of accomplishments are insane. I was reading all through his accomplishments, looking at my children going, oh, for God's sake.
He's always been. No, yes, exactly. He's always been that great.
You got to step it up.
He's pretty amazing. I'm proud of him, but I can't believe that he's graduating and then McKenna's following right afterwards. So
One more week.
Corbin and McKenna
I
both
swear it
graduating.
feels like it was just yesterday.
I know.
With my boy. Literally, it feels like it was yesterday and 26 and 23. So as crazy as the time is, just soak it up because it goes by so fast.
So all my clients like the whole empty nester thing. Did you have that? Where you were sad, crying, upset? A lot of people do.
Right. And I didn't. I mean, what was hard for me when we took Steven, because he played football at Coastal Carolina, and so he graduated in 2016. And so me coming home was really stressful for me. But then I don't know, with the first one, with Trey, he's in UAB at Birmingham. And so, he's closer.
That's close,
That's good. Yeah.
But I mean, I always I don't know, this is probably not going to come across properly, but, go figure with me. But what we were talking about before, we got married right out of college. So I was 22.
Yeah.
You know, I had Steven at 25, Trey at 28. And so like, that was Michael in our lives for so long. And so like our kids joke all the time. They're like, I swear you guys have more fun now that we're gone. And so for us, you miss them, you love them, but it's kind of nice to date your hubby again. You know, we've been together for 30 years.
That's it. That's lovely.
And so, yeah, like I'm not one of those that, I mean, again, of course you miss your children, but I do love having this next chapter for us. Yeah. I mean, it's really nice because we're different people than we were all those years ago. Oh, yeah. And so you get to kind of re-establish a relationship that's back to being more just you and your partner or your spouse or whatever. And yeah, it's really fun. Like I was telling you guys, like I don't want to do anything on the weekends. I want to go hang out with him on my back porch and my naughty dogs. And you know, so yeah, I'm probably I'm on the other side of that spectrum as far as you miss your kids, but I don't sit and cry. And
so Trisha and I will be crying. And
well, you can have your moments, but no, 1,000%. Like I said, it's easy for me because I mean, Steven's now 26 and living his great life in Kansas City, and Trey's 23. So like I've come through all of that stuff, but it is fun when it's just you and your hubby.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were you going to tell us about the gynecologist?
Okay. We've got probably a super personal based on Lisa's
is this
reaction.
Not on air?
This is okay. So,
I was like, you're super open and honest. This
classic Lisa. This is classic Lisa. Okay, so I know we've spoken about this before, that I'm incredibly introverted, and I am like, as much as I come across as being an extrovert, I'm really not. And I find certain situations really uncomfortable. So obviously going to the gynecologist, nobody enjoys that.
No.
And can I just also say, if men had to do a pap smear, like we have to do a pap smear, they would have anesthetic. There is no way they'd be awake for it. There's no
But they
way.
have the prostate.
Yeah, I would take that any day over the speculum.
Well, I mean, I don't even know what that,
day. Any day. And I thought they'd gone to plastic ones, but they haven't. So anyway, neither here nor there. I'm really hoping the gynecologist doesn't listen to this podcast. So
I'm really looking forward to this story.
So I went in, and it's a nurse practitioner, the lady I go to. She's very, very nice. So I was like, you know, very excited about going to see her. But I haven't had a pap smear in 3 years. So I was like, okay. So I go in, and they did all the, my blood pressure was through the roof, obviously, because I was anxious, even though I'm on blood pressure meds. So I was like, okay, well, this is a great start. So I went into the room. The room was quite small, very hot as well. And like, I hate being hot. So they give you the gown, and I have my lovely gown on, and I folded my clothes and I put them beside me on the stool. Yes. And I put my shoes on the floor. So she comes in, and she was in great form, and she was like full of chat, and she chatted the whole time.
Oh, wow.
She was talking the whole time. I'm like, So anyway, we got through all that. Everything was done, and everything was great. Fabulous. Happy days. She had taken the stool. In the meantime, she had needed the stool. So she moved my clothes over to the other side of the room. So when she was finished, she was still talking to me, and we were like, yapping. But I had to go to work. And I was like, So I hopped off the table, and I went over to get dressed. And I'm trying to put my clothes back on discreetly as she's talking to me. And then she realized
she's still in the room.
She's still there while I was trying to get dressed. And I'm pulling up my underwear, and they're like kind of half up. When I realized my shoes were behind her, so stupidly, I reached around to get my shoes. No, it gets worse.
Oh, God.
I reached around to get my shoes, and she thought I was going in for a hug.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
So she hugged me back.
Oh, my gosh. That's so awkward.
I'm so hot again. I'm standing there, and she's like patting me, and I'm like, where is she going to pat me? Like, my underwear half on. I'm like,
oh my gosh.
I know we're close, and I know you've seen parts of me that probably nobody else has seen, but I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh. What was the conversation that she thought you needed the hug?
She thought I was saying goodbye.
Oh.
And I was like,
Oh my.
I literally wanted to die. It was a lovely hug, and I probably needed it because I was so anxious. So maybe she was like,
You were so ready
"You're
to get
so
out of
anxious."
there.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That sounds like something that happened to me. That's
Oh my
funny.
God. That actually is like an SNL skit.
I can't ever
Can you
go back.
even
After you left,
imagine?
she was back there telling the staff, "Oh my gosh, this woman just went and hugged me, and
She hugged me. She was the
I
sweetest
know.
girl ever.
And as I was leaving, she was in the office. I was checking out at the checkout, but I couldn't see her office. And I'm like saying goodbye to the checkout lady. And next fall from her office, I hear her go, "Bye, sweetie."
Oh.
You guys bonded on a whole another level.
You bonded on undies half up.
Oh my God.
So next time you go,
God bless
the
her.
hug. It's
what
gonna be
a job.
It's going to be an everyday thing.
I mean,
every time thing.
that is, yeah.
Yep.
What a job. Like, I just.
As we've talked about multiple times, whenever there's something that's super uncomfortable, a man. All right, and our male,
my God.
and our male listeners, we're not saying anything different. I mean, but or trying to insult anybody, but that you're right. Like a man, like a mammogram.
Oh, yeah.
Who in the ever loving, what? Okay, you can go for, and now Dr. Pam and Trisha too, probably, but like you can have an MRI, CAT scan, like that you can literally see inside, but you have to, for a mammogram, you still have to go and plop
Your
the
boob.
boob on the tray.
You missed last week. Trisha had the most awful experience with
but
that,
that's
like
what just
painful.
shows me, I'm like,
I know.
I feel like a man still is in charge of that.
Yeah.
Because
gotta be a better
otherwise,
way.
I mean, seriously, who did we piss off in a previous? I mean,
There's got to be a better way.
there has to be, because now, like, literally, you go into a machine. They can like you have to. They can tell you can't breathe so deep because it's impacting the visual, but yet your boob, you still have to go have it smushed.
Squeezed.
I think it's crazy.
But even the smear test, there has to be another way to relax everything so that they can do that, as opposed to what they use. And men, if you've never had a woman tell you what they use, you need to go and look it up.
Well, I mean, it's medieval.
It's like a torture device.
It is medieval.
It really is. And I'm a good
1000%.
patient. I'm not squeamish about stuff. I don't really care. But like, there has, even the fact that they have to twist that.
I'm telling you, it's
doesn't make
medieval.
any
It's like, what is
sense.
that? What was that thing? The rack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just twist. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, at least you got a hug at the end.
I did get a hug. I did. Oh, God bless her.
A half naked hug.
God, I know. And what if she wasn't a hugger and she thought that, the thoughts that went through my head.
But
on
she
Monday.
was. So.
All right, so we had a few questions from our listeners. So
and thank you guys.
Yes. So one question that a lot of people are asking, and we have answered this, but I don't think it made it on air. I think it was actually cut, probably some extra stuff with it.
Okay.
So of how we all met. So let's talk about how we all met. So Pam and Lisa and I had kids together at school for a very long time.
Yes.
So I've known you guys
Forever.
for a
I
long,
didn't
long
actually
time.
meet Pam until in here in the office.
Yeah,
It's the first
that's
time we
true.
met,
That's
because I think
true.
my kids are a year ahead of yours.
Yes.
And then our kids are the same, but
Yes,
they
but
have
Kyle
not
and
been
Ellie, they
together.
weren't in the
Yep.
same school. No, and I met you at a function in your old building.
Oh, really?
I went to an open night there, and that's where I met you first.
So I guess you guys met recently. So when this came about,
But I've known you forever.
But yes, so I've known Pam forever, Lisa forever.
And then I met Ashley doing Pure Bar.
Yeah, she came up
Yes,
to
I came
me.
to her studio.
Yeah, came up to me and said, like, hey, something. I mean, I don't even really remember it. It was
Yeah,
just like,
I was
hey,
like, listen, we're doing. I think it'd be really good for this podcast that we're
I
doing.
thought I was just coming in to be interviewed.
So yes, so they were asking like how we came up with the podcast. And I've said this before, but I think this was not in any of the actual published podcasts.
That's funny.
We have a lot of
We have a lot of years, really. Like, I mean, I know you a long time.
a very long time. But the middle age-ish name came up from my son calling me middle age-ish, and
That's
I was
right.
kind of offended. And I was like, wait, that's awesome. I'm going to do something with that, but I had no idea what. And then I thought of the podcast, and then I talked to Lisa because I was like, Lisa, it'd be fun to do this with. And then I was like, we need a psychologist. I got one of those. We know Pam. And then I told Lisa we need somebody like in fashion or fitness. And lo and behold, she knew somebody who was in both. So that's where
both.
Ashley came in.
And
Yes.
and here
It worked out well.
And the very first time we got together and how Sofa Talk kind of evolved was that then.
Oh my
Of course,
God,
Lisa's used to be in front of a microphone, and actually Pam too. But
Terrifying.
but we were
Ashley.
set up for a recording, and so they walked in, and we did episode 1.
I was like, wait,
I
what?
literally walked in and was like, I think I'm going to have a panic attack, and I don't have those. And I was just like, can I quit now? Like, I'm so uncomfortable. Yeah.
But it's been so
was
much
good.
fun. It's been great.
I think, I don't know if we said it before, but I think the benefit of it was that we didn't really know each other very well. And I've always said that even with Celtic Woman, we didn't know each other either.
Right.
Like we met each other the first night that we recorded it. Like, so we spent no time together. So I think the beauty of that is you get to know people.
Absolutely.
So your questions are genuine.
Yes. Yeah. Very spontaneous.
Yeah.
So
It's always important.
Very true.
It's an amazing little.
We love it.
Well, I think that's one thing too is I love how even our podcast when we have guests, we don't rehearse questions. Everything is just.
I
on
know
the
people ask me,
cuff
like my
and-
friends that listen to it, that they always you can't tell me that you guys don't rehearse or don't like plan out your questions. I'm like, no.
I had no idea Lisa hugged her gynecologist with her underwear half on.
Exactly.
I had no idea that until the night.
1,000%, guys.
That is totally new news.
New news.
Awkward.
New nudes.
Yeah, oh my God. And here is our Lisa.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my God. I'm just going to giggle about that one for a while.
All right, so here's another question
Okay.
we have. So that's how we all met. I've known Pam for years, Lisa for years, Ashley more recent, but we all had our little insights to give, and it's working out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so besides Lisa, have any of you performed publicly?
Well, that just depends.
Performed how?
I mean, if you're talking dancing on a bar, absolutely. If you're talking about riding a bull at the end of the rodeo, yes, sir. If you're talking
Ashley's like, yes.
Grammy-winning performance like our Lisa,
Not yet.
no. Yeah.
Just not yet.
It's on the way.
Yeah, it's coming.
I mean, yeah, no. So yeah, dancing on a bar and riding a bull at the rodeo.
There's Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Performances. Pam.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, yes. Singing, dancing, cheering, all that. But yeah, recently, no.
Definitely not. I danced. I was a dancer for a long time, but
Yeah.
my mom, I wasn't a singer. My mom told me, remember, she was like, you don't think you're really good at singing, do you? I was like,
Oh my gosh.
thanks, Mom. So, no, so I definitely, I used to sing the choir. I thought I was kind of decent, but apparently
Apparently
I
not.
wasn't. So
It's okay.
I got picked. I was really excited. I got picked for a solo. I was Shirley Temple, and I did a little dance, a little tap dance, one a little Sailor Step.
Oh my God.
I think I was picked because I was short, because I don't think I was a good singer, but
Oh, sure.
Well, we're gonna
But I
find,
could tap.
we're gonna
I
find
could
that
tap
out on Girls Weekend,
Girls
and we're
Weekend.
gonna do karaoke.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
so okay. So and who came up with Sofa Talk? I think it just because we were sitting around.
It evolved.
Yeah, it just kind of
Yeah.
evolved because we would sit and talk, and half of
I
it
know,
never
you
made
started
it onto
recording
recording.
it. You're like,
and-
no, we have to record that.
Yes.
And we didn't have a guest one. I think we started talking before a guest
true.
one night, and we were like, "This is just as good." Sometimes it's
this
lovely
is
to have
funny.
guests. It's lovely to
Yeah,
have
it
guests
is.
too, but it's really nice to just chat among yourselves because that's what it's about.
I know, because it's random. You never know which way it's
Yeah.
What do your families think of the podcast?
My husband loves it because I make him listen to it because I don't listen to myself. And I'm always like, okay, you need to tell me if I sound like an idiot, which is mostly all the time. But he thinks it's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom
does.
loves it. She listens all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, my husband does too. He listens to it. He listens to it as a
My husband has never listened to a podcast of anybody. He won't listen,
I mean,
can't do it. He can't.
I've
says he
never
can't
listened
focus.
to a podcast. Like, that's why when
Yeah.
you asked me, I was like,
Yeah, he
what?
can't. It's so funny to me because he's the most focused person I know, but he cannot listen. And I every time because he spends hours and hours and hours traveling every week. I'm like, put on a podcast. I can't, Lisa. Can't listen to him. He's like, I have enough voices in my head. I just say, he needs a break. He needs a break.
I could probably relate to that.
And listen, knowing him, he must talk to himself all the time in his head.
Yeah.
And then tell me he told me.
That's the worst.
Yes.
So, we were talking about that. I was super proud of Corbin Baccalaureate and seeing his accomplishments and stuff. And one thing is obviously important is like our coaches, obviously I think parents are kind of important. I hope I contributed to that. But teachers as well. I think teachers, I'm really grateful for
100%.
teachers. I don't know how they do it. But what is kind of cool is that I'm going to call it a teacher who's an amazing teacher, but Miss Monica Thomas. So
She is the
I
best.
love
she is the best. So Pam.
Yes.
Lisa and I have all had her as a teacher for our kiddos, and she's one of those teachers that just sticks out as an amazing teacher and made a big impact on our kiddos.
And you can tell all the kids all the kids go back to see her and they'll go down. And now she's a grandma.
Yes, and she's recently
First time grandma.
She's awesome, though.
So cute.
So thank you, Miss Thomas, for being an amazing teacher,
Yes.
and congratulations on your grandbaby.
That grandbaby's going to be so spoiled.
Teachers are so important.
They are.
So important.
They are.
Yeah, they really are.
And they really do put up with a lot of stuff, especially nowadays.
Yes.
You know, I mean, Michael's been in education, his entire life when he got out of football. And the stuff that.
Oh my gosh.
And
It's
cannot
just-
do it.
it's
No
crazy.
patience.
Do you guys have a teacher that you didn't like?
Yeah.
I asked the question because
No
I totally
hesitation.
had one.
Yes. Oh my God, I had a few.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
few,
Okay,
yeah.
I only had one. She was my 6th grade teacher. It's awful.
Yeah.
I have way
Awful.
more that I did love, and I still am in contact with a lot of my elementary school teachers. But I have one take me off so bad because we talked about field day, I think.
Yeah.
So we had a field day, and my older sister, I thought was like the coolest thing in the whole world. I was in 4th, 5th grade, something like that, and she was out of school, so she came and brought me this huge bag of candy, which I was giving to all my friends. But the teacher took it from me and said if I didn't have one piece of the same for every student, that I couldn't have it. It's really annoying because I was very excited about my sister getting to show off my sister, and yeah, so I don't like that teacher.
Yeah, no, that's so funny. Well, I just had a thought there when you said field day. In Ireland, when we say, if you had a good time, you always go, oh, she had a field day.
That's funny.
That must be where that comes from. Yeah, field day.
Interesting.
Okay.
Oh, they had a field day, which meant you had a great fun.
I'll tell you what, you throw me down a wheelbarrow race, and I'm on it.
Potato sack.
But yeah, or
potato sack.
the egg and spoon race. Do you do an egg and spoon race?
Yes. Yep.
And the sack
Tug of
where you have
war.
to have- Yep.
Oh, we did tug of war
Yeah,
too.
I don't like tug of war.
And the 3-legged race.
3 legs. That's the
What
potato
about the
sack.
dunking
Oh,
booth?
yes.
The dunking booth.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't have those.
That's terrifying me. I don't like being underwater, so I am.
Well, it was always teachers
Yeah.
that were in it, so it was super funny. The pie,
Pie in the face.
the pie in the
that.
face.
I had to kiss a pig one time for I think it was a court-warming fundraiser.
Oh, my gosh.
Remember, I went
were in
to
the
town
country.
from
I
was gonna
Missouri.
say, yep.
We were in the middle of a cornfield. We had barn warming.
Every time you say that, I think of Cam in Modern Family.
I know.
God.
Yes.
I
So
freaking
true.
loved that show.
That was hilarious.
So true.
I mean,
Loved that show.
oh my gosh, I still watch the reruns, and they're so freaking funny.
So fun. He is just Eric Stone Street is just, and the guy who plays Mitchell now, I can't remember his name. Oh my God, they're just so talented. So talented.
I just thought that entire cast was amazing.
Yeah, they were
They
fabulous.
I mean,
Phil Dunphy.
oh my God, Phil.
Okay, so we got another question.
Okay,
So
all right.
this is one we get all the time, and at
Okay.
some point, Trisha's gonna have to actually get herself together so I can be on video. Everyone wants video.
I know.
Which everything is usually videoed, or a lot of things are videoed, but I really I like being frazzled and not put together. And
Yeah. I don't know. I think it ruins the element of surprise if you have a video.
No, if we did it every so often, I think it would be kind of
With advanced warning.
well, of course. Otherwise,
Actually, I
not
can't get a
true.
spray tan because
I gotta get my spray tan on. I've got to get the right hair. I mean, it's going to be a production.
Yes. Lord.
So that in the works maybe at some
Maybe.
point.
Maybe.
At some point.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, not every time.
No. I agree.
I mean, no. But
I don't know, but
Sometimes.
watching Lisa reenact her
yes.
gynecology visit,
You
that
don't
would be
see-
fun.
my
I
chat
do
is
think that
still
there's
red.
moments because, if you catch
Facials.
my facial when you start talking about polygamy or whatever,
But then I can't do opposite signs when I'm saying something that I'm supposed to be nice about, and I'm going.
That's true. That is true.
Trisha can
I love Lisa by eye contact so that's where
yeah. Trisha can still edit. It's
Yes.
That's true.
Oh Lord, I don't want to edit a video too.
You can always take it out.
Okay, so here's some more. What we're going. Okay, so if you all would go, we talk about going away together. Where would we want to go?
Vegas.
We're all still rooting Ireland.
Ireland.
Oh,
I say
Ireland. Obviously, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
To find
we're
the
talking-
leprechauns.
So we're talking. Oh my God, I gotta go find the leprechaun.
Drink the Guinness. Did you see that there's a?
I mean, can I dance on the bar there?
yeah. Hello.
With the
I
leprechaun.
mean,
Yeah, come on now.
It's so funny. There's a show on at the moment that I started watching called Bodkin. I think it's number 3 in Netflix list, and it's set in Ireland, and it's an American an American podcaster actually in Ireland, and he's trying to discover these people went missing down in Cork, and he's trying to figure out what happened to them. And there's a journalist, and I haven't really figured out what's going on, but they bring the American to a bar, and the American's like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing ever. And the girl who's from Dublin, she's like, oh, for God's sake, let's just get out of here. And she brings him to a proper bar. But in the middle of it, there's this guy who's pivotal in the whole storyline, but I still haven't figured out what he does. But he stands up to sing, and she looks at the American and she goes, this does not usually happen in a bar.
Okay, well then we can't go.
Oh, you know you love it. I'll bring you to all the tourist haunts.
We need to go.
Fun. Yes.
That would be so much
That'd be fun. Yeah.
We have some more questions, but we'll do them the next episode.
Yes.
So keep listening. We'll
And
throw in
keep
your
sending
questions.
in your
Yes, keep sending in
questions. I mean, I think
questions.
that's really fun.
Yeah. Or topics you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of game for anything.
Or Miss Thomas gave us a comment, so we just gave her a shout out because she's an amazing teacher.
Oh, we love her.
Girl, Monica.
So I'll give you a would you rather.
Here we go.
Would you rather be stuck in a romantic comedy with your worst enemy or in a horror movie with your best friend?
Horror movie.
Or, yeah.
Best friend.
Yeah, that's the only way I would survive it.
We wouldn't be able to fake it. We wouldn't be funny.
How can
Well,
you
we
fake
all know
it?
that I can't fake
No.
it. So a rom-com with an enemy of mine would
I've done many shows with enemies.
would probably it would not work. So
Yeah.
okay, and I don't even really like scary movies anymore.
I don't watch horror
I mean,
movies.
I loved them when I was younger. Like, I think we talked about that before. Freddy Krueger,
Yeah, those actually, I could do those, but
Mike Myers, The Exorcist. That scared the bejesus out of me.
Oh,
I would have been in 7th or 8th grade.
do you
when we
remember
watched it.
Poltergeist?
Oh
And
my!
then everybody in that cast died early
I
and
mean,
stuff. It was
based on a
weird.
real house.
Speaking of real things, so Lake Lanier freaks me out a little bit.
Yes.
It should freak you out.
Yeah. And there's I gotta find the show because you guys there's actually there's a lot of different shows on it, but there was a show on Strange Things. It was freaky. When we first came here, I love Lake Lanier. We went there for 4th of July, and now I'm like, nope.
Was it about that?
No.
It's a whole city underneath
wow.
us.
Yeah, they're literally there's-
Oscartown or something. Oscarville.
Oscarville. Yeah.
And how they've had so many deaths on that lake that it's
Electrocution death. My dad does not believe me. I keep telling him this and he doesn't believe me. I'm like, Dad, it's true.
yeah.
Well, because
no,
some people say
just-
it's a big lake, so there's a lot of people. So if there's a lot of people, there's deaths.
Yeah,
But
I don't
I'm
know.
freaked out.
I don't know. There's a lot of big lakes in the U.S.
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean,
I like to
no.
look at a lake. I'm never going on a boat. I hate being on boats. I hate it.
Really?
Oh my god, I love. No, I don't get in. I don't get in the water.
No, I don't get in the water either.
But in the ocean, boats.
I don't mind going out in a boat for half an hour. But if you're stuck there all day, I'm like, oh my
yeah, no
gosh.
day. No day.
I love a good pontoon boat, and you just
relaxing. So I fall asleep.
Oh my
so
gosh,
easily.
I think it's amazing. We do our July 4th, and we go back to my hometown with one of my just dearest high school friends and her husband and their friends and all that stuff. And we go to Table Rock Lake.
I know
And
Table Rock. Right?
I know. I love being on the water, but I'm also a water sign. So
I'm not. I'm a bull.
you're a fire sign.
Speaking of bulls. So bulls have come up twice. So I've got to give this would you rather. I just thought a second
Okay.
ago.
All right. Sorry.
All right, because Josh is talking about her starring and riding bulls and bars.
Yeah, exactly.
And so would you rather be the person riding the bull or the clown that distracts the bull?
Oh, person riding bull.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Riding.
What is that question?
Have you guys seen a rodeo?
No.
Are you
Okay, well that's right where we're going. We got to educate her. we got to take her. We got to
You've
take her
never
to
seen a rodeo?
No.
Where people
Lisa, how have you?
for 8
I've
seconds
never-
and you ride the bull and then there's a
No,
clown?
I've seen the mechanical one in the place
these
in
are
LA.
Oh my
real
goodness.
one.
I've never
Have
been
you
to a
ever
rodeo.
seen a cowboy?
No.
Not in real life.
Not real life.
I would say not in real life.
Only Matthew
either.
McConaughey.
Oh well, we grew up with cowboys. Like if you don't
yeah, I've never seen a
a cowboy.
Oh,
No, I've never seen- and I know
Wrangler
there's-
jeans
Yes.
and some boots.
I have. You should see my belt buckles. I have the Wranglers. I have the belt
I
buckles.
am telling you. Oh my god.
I'm with you on this one. I have not.
No, we don't have cowboys in Ireland, and I grew up in a city.
So So bull
right, so
riding
Trisha-
rodeos, and well, there's a lot of different events, but like you ride the bull with the horns, and you have to stay on for so long, and then there's a clown that like distracts the bull when the person gets thrown off to try to save him.
The
from
rodeo
getting
guy,
bored. You should watch. Is it 8 seconds?
8 seconds.
You gotta watch that.
It's a true story. It's very
It's
sad.
based on a true story.
What's his name?
Luca, who was off 90210 was that.
Yeah,
actor.
he. But
Luke
what was
Perry?
his-
Luke Perry?
Luke Perry.
But who was anyway?
Wait,
who
what happened?
Well, you
I
gotta watch.
assume he
We
died.
We'll
can't-
have to watch, obviously.
Yeah.
He obviously
It's really
died.
sweet.
Okay,
Okay,
but
so here's
Trisha,
the thing.
I feel like we have to educate them
Okay.
on cowboys.
Okay. So I want to hear this, but here's the thing. I
Okay.
get that, but I don't get the running with the bulls, and then people are
in
upset
Spain.
when
Oh,
they
no,
get
Like in New Madrid or whatever.
yes,
No.
when they're just
Spain.
running and they're just like, oh,
No.
suddenly the bull's after them, and they're all upset that they got
Gourd.
yes, and you're like,
so
you're running.
cruel.
Like, why would you do that, right?
No.
So that I don't get. But the rodeo is probably different. I don't know.
Rodeos are fun. I mean, I grew up with
Oh my
rodeos.
gosh,
Well, I grew up
like, I
riding
mean,
horses, so, but
It's
rodeos, like,
such an amazing like
And
experience.
we have bulls in
and
Ireland, but I don't think
you just get like a big shot of whiskey and get funnel cakes,
I love funnel cake.
and you see some really cute cowboys.
Okay,
Yeah.
Interesting.
good to know.
That's what we should do for our girls' night.
A rodeo.
Yeah.
I don't think there's one around here. We would have to go.
There
out to,
is
like,
one, I know, because one of my students sings at it. And I was like,
we'd have to go to Arizona or
For proper
Texas,
ones.
Missouri.
Houston.
Oklahoma, Texas, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's Georgia rodeos too. We aren't in a cowboy kind of
there's
area.
one in Gay, Georgia.
Yeah.
Well, I know there's one in Wedowee, Alabama, because that's where we used to have our lake house, and they would have one every July 4th.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Things you don't know.
Yeah, no.
Wedowie's a funny name.
It
Wedowee,
is. I
like,
know. It was so funny. My dad, because, my parents were born and raised in Georgia. And so when we were looking at lake homes, we wanted one that was closer to us and not, and we're like literally an hour and 15 minutes from like my front door to the house. And my dad, we were driving down one time and he's like, well, I always thought it was Wedowee.
Wedowee. Oh, that's
I mean, because granted, my family does phonetically spell and say things. And I was like, what? He goes, oh, for the longest time, I thought it was Wedowee.
Oh, that would be cute.
I know. I was like,
Wedowie.
I know, Wedowee.
You just said something that I've always thought about, but you said phonetically. Mm-hmm. I think it's the dumbest thing that phonetics is spelled with a PH.
Because it's not phonetically.
No.
Phone.
Yeah, but you know what phonetics is like spelling out
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
it sounds.
Yeah, so it would be an F.
So it should be,
So,
Yeah. Yeah, but PH is an F, though.
but not phonetically.
not phonetically.
This is but yes, it is.
But it is, yeah. Because phone is PHONE and phony is PH.
I know, but it's what you're
It should
saying.
be an F. It should be an F.
No, it should be.
F-O-N-E.
Listen, I teach a Japanese girl on a Friday night, and she is literally one of the best singers I have ever heard in all my life. She can't speak a word of English, and so, but every song she wants to do is in English, so it's literally an English class for me. And the words, God bless her, she looks at me, and I'm like, yeah, no, I know that's how it's spelled, but that's not what so tear and tear. She's like, why are they different?
Right.
I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Why, when I hear singers from different countries, but they don't have an accent?
Yeah, you're not supposed to have an accent when you sing.
But how does that
So
happen?
whose accent is it?
It's British. It's it's a British accent. So the universal kind of sound is to kind of stick with a British sound. So
everybody sounds
most
similar.
people train classically, and when you train classically, you learn that way. So that's like putting your hands the right way on the piano. So when you learn, and most people sing in chorus. So chorus is all about the vowels. So all the vowels sound the same, no matter where you are. All our vowels sound the same. But when you go into something like country and even Irish music, so Irish music, they're going to sound Irish. Country music's gonna sound country, so that's where the accents come in.
But Keith Urban, who's from Australia,
you don't hear him.
You don't hear him. So I've actually always wondered when you hear these artists speak at an interview, and you're like, "Holy cow!"
Yeah, no, they're not supposed to sound.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of amazing.
I mean, it really is. So okay, I just wanted
No, but you're right. That's exactly. Yeah, that's exactly the
perfect.
story.
Because there's a couple that makes sense. It's British because there's a couple. I can't even think right now, but I hear singers sing certain sounds. I'm they all pronounce that as a little different than how we would really pronounce it.
Right.
But that's I can't think of one in particular now. But I've wondered that when I've heard there's certain things.
And what's
that are really
funny
distinct.
for me here in the South is because you use so many syllables. when you say things.
yes.
So the kids at the moment, there's a few things that the kids do at the moment. So in one of the songs I'm doing at the moment, there's the word feelings, but they don't say feel as one syllable. They all say feel. So when they're singing, they say feelings. I'm like, no, you can't do that. It has to be feelings. But they can't, that's the big one. And the other one, which drives me mad, is the STR. They all say straighten and street.
Was that like an H in there?
Yeah, all of them. Listen to the kids. Straighten, street. And then I noticed somebody the other day say, when they say Christian, they say Christian as well. So it's obviously a Southern thing because I haven't heard any of the kids that I have from anywhere else in the country don't do it.
Interesting.
Yeah. They put
I do think that's a Southern thing because I know my aunt, my dad's sister, she had called me a couple of times when I was in college, the answering machine.
There you
just to say hello. And my roommates thought that it was the funniest thing on the planet. I mean, I could have sold tickets because she would be like, Ashley, hey, darling. I mean, it was so that's so funny because she literally could take, hey, Ashley, hey, darling, hope you're doing well. Just wanted you to know that your aunt loves you. Have a great day. But it would take 5 minutes.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
So all of my roommates, if they got it before I got home, they would all be sitting around the kitchen counter just giggling. And I'm like, oh my God, did Aunt Cherry call? They're like, she sure did, darling.
that's so funny.
So cute.
I know.
I love it. I love accents, though. Accents are my favorite things.
Were you surprised when you moved here? How many the accents you heard? How strong it was?
Oh, no. Yeah. What used to amaze me, it still happens, is somebody says, people say this all the time. I would love to have an accent. I'm like,
You do.
you do? No, I don't. I'm like, no, you do. Or then they go, I do? I'm like, yes, you have a Southern accent.
Right.
Exactly.
Just because everybody else says doesn't mean you don't have an accent. To me, you have an accent.
Right.
But it was it's slower. I've never can't understand what people are saying here. Because it's so slow. But I think I told you my story about my first time here when I was ordering ham from Honey Baked Ham. And I walked in and I said, can I order a ham? And she went, what? And I was like, can I order a ham? And she's like, a what? And I'm like,
You're a big
I'm going, oh my God, I'm in Honey Baked Ham. What? And I had to go, ham. And she was like, oh, got it. Yeah, you want a ham? I was like, yeah, I want
That's
a
what I've
ham.
been asking for 10 minutes.
Yes.
my
Yes.
I had another kid that I taught called Hannah as well. And I used to go, Hannah. And then I'd have to go, Hannah. And then she'd turn around.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, this is foreign to me.
Oh, my Lord.
So now you speak Southern.
I do. Yeah, sometimes I do. If I'm on the phone, I have to. Yep. I have to slow it way down.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Just random.
Speaking of, though, my son's girlfriend, she's from Donegal, which is up. So if anyone's watched Dairy Girls, that's where she's from.
Still
But
have to watch that.
she was in work the other day and she picked up the phone and this guy started talking to her and he eventually said to her, he went, hang on a second, do you even speak English?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Well, she does have a much, because it was so funny, our friends, when they would meet you and then meet Faith, and I'm like, oh my God, yeah, they're both from Ireland. What?
Yeah, because it's so different.
Yeah.
Her, I don't understand her sometimes.
Wow.
She says things that I don't understand.
It's the cutest
Yeah.
thing.
She has words that I've never even heard, and I look at her and go, "Oh,
She's just the cutest thing ever.
she's hilarious."
Well,
yay.
cheers to cowboys and rodeos and
Gynecologists.
gynecologists.
Lake, Murder Lake. I mean,
Hugs with your pants half down.
I'm gonna be doing.
Thank you for joining the ladies of the Middle AGEish podcast as they journey through the ups and downs of this not young, but definitely not old season of life. To hear past episodes or make suggestions for future episodes, visit www.middleageish.com. That's www.middleageish.com. You can follow along on social media at Middle AGEish. Also, if you have a moment to leave a review, rate, and subscribe, that helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Once again, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next episode of the Middle AGEish podcast.